Sometimes I just look out the window and I feel really gay. And right now, I'm feeling pretty gay, and I hope that you're having a really gay day. Of course, I'm saying gay as in happy. That's what the word used to mean until it was changed by the homo agenda. Just kidding, but there are plenty of people who say stuff like that are dead serious. Now, many of you know that back in my wild, crazy conservative days, I didn't just kind of like Milo Yiannopoulos. I was like a big time fan of his, like arguably a stan. It was cringy, okay? I remember just watching Milo Yiannopoulos speeches and watching him like dunk on feminists and whatever. That like fired me up for my own content. That like gave me inspiration. I remember I would fangirl if he commented or liked any of my posts, and I remember buying his book almost immediately. Thankfully, I've come out of that very deep, dark, horrible, hellhole abyss that I was in, and I am now enlightened and holy, like an angel standing in the heavens. Obviously, since I've left the right, I am no longer a fan of Milo Yiannopoulos. I can still find some of the stuff he says sort of edgy and sometimes humorous and funny for sure, but recently, he just hit an all-time new low. Milo Yiannopoulos now says he's ex-gay. He wants to rehabilitate conversion therapy. Let's start with the obvious one. What do you mean you're ex-gay, Milo? Most people don't say they're ex-straight. They're just gay. Right-wing provocateur Milo Yiannopoulos has come out as ex-gay, announcing that he would like to rehabilitate what the media calls conversion therapy over the next decade. He declared himself no longer gay and sodomy-free. Now, Milo Yiannopoulos is actually really comparable to Blair White because he has so much self-hatred. He's even said on Joe Rogan way back that he wishes he weren't gay or that he wishes he were straight, and that's fine. It's fine to have those feelings, and if he wants to deal with the fact that he's gay however he wants to deal with it, you know, who am I to judge? But this is obviously motivated by some self-hate here. I mean, look at this. Of course, I was never wholly at home in the gay lifestyle. Who is? Who could be? And I only leaned heavily into it in public because it drove liberals crazy to see a handsome, charismatic, intelligent gay man riotously celebrating conservative principles. Milo Yiannopoulos, the only guy that would literally grift the gay. So he also talked about members of another group called Changed. It was the Changed movement, where other people claimed that they were no longer gay. Look at these beautiful souls rid of their demons and cured of their sinful urges. He doesn't think he'll ever be brave enough to declare his being gay a thing of the past. I treat it like an addiction. You never stop being an alcoholic. Milo, I know you've talked about this in the past also. You clearly have some self-hate issues from your past. He's talked openly about dealing with abuse, and it sounds like abusive parents as well. You have problems, Milo. You don't need to go to conversion therapy. You just need to go to therapy. Now, you could be addicted to a type of gay porn or something, but actually existing as a gay person, your sexuality being homosexual, is not an addiction. So before we get into his bullshit about conversion therapy, we're first going to actually go through some of his claims here. First of all, this one about being gay having something to do with demons and sinful urges. Being gay is not a sin. The verse that is oftentimes used to justify the claim that it is Leviticus 18:22, where they say the act of laying with another man is an abomination. But that verse specifically comes from a ritual manual, which is the holiness code of Leviticus, and the original Hebrew word for abomination is toveh. Scholars agree that the word toveh is used in Leviticus not as a moral term, but it is a cultic term which indicates ritual uncleanliness. Also, where it says men laying with men, what that's actually talking about is pedophilia. If you look again at the original Hebrew, you'll see that there's no Hebrew word for homosexuality the way there is today in English. It's pretty clearly talking about men using their power to take advantage of underage boys, nothing to do with loving, consensual gay relationships like what we recognize today. So a lot of the self-hate that seems like it's motivating Milo's decision here really stems from his misunderstanding of what it means to be gay. He's viewing it wrong. He thinks it's a sin. He thinks he's been possessed by the demonic homo. But next, he gets even wronger when he says he wants to open a conversion therapy facility in Florida. He also says that conversion therapy has a terrible reputation for precisely the reason that a lot of other things associated closely with either the religious right or the nationalist right have a terrible reputation. Milo alleged, because they've been lied about consistently and strategically for decades. I love how mask off he's gone. I really, really like this a lot. I like how much more honest he's being now that he doesn't have to worry about, like, lying to protect his ass because of a TOS. And then asked about concerns over the potential harm to gay youth, Yiannopoulos dismissed those fears as being merely the product of the practice having a bad rap. Basically, people who don't believe in it call it conversion therapy, and people who do believe in it call it reparative therapy, he began, arguing that the gay lobby was so poisonous and wicked and evil that he is not convinced by data touted by the interest group or its allies, which undermines conversion therapy. So first and foremost, Milo even arguing that the gay lobby has made it so we can't even trust any data is entirely disingenuous, and what he's doing is, rather than providing a legitimate argument against credible sources that say conversion therapy is bad, he's saying, no, you just can't trust any of that data because the gay lobby, the gay agenda, has polluted every medical and academic institution. Conspiracies like this are so entirely irrational, it's bizarre. Conversion therapy was introduced in the 20s, and it continued to be practiced for a long time, decades. And as we know, science debunks science. Sometimes science props up one idea, and then more science comes out and challenges that, and that's obviously how it works. And we realized, hey, this conversion therapy thing, it's not working. You remember people used to believe that the sun revolves around the earth? That was the scientific belief at one point. Then it was challenged and it was changed. It wasn't the result of some agenda of heliocentrism. The American Psychological Association, for example, they used to say that being gay was a mental illness. They are now one of the biggest and most reputable sources that have come out since 1998, arguing that there's no credible evidence such procedures could change sexual orientation. Even in the UK, conversion therapy for gay patients is unethical, says a professional body. This is the British Association for Counseling and Psychotherapy. They've written to their near 30,000 members to inform them of the new guidelines. Have you looked into what goes on in conversion therapy? It ranges anywhere from literally just condemning people and telling them that they're like subhuman, sinful pieces of shit for being gay, to shocking people's genitals while showing them gay porn. I mean, it's disgusting, disturbing shit that, again, is not rooted in anything. So conversion therapy is already illegal in multiple states. The Supreme Court has even ruled, allowing decisions on the Third U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals upholding New Jersey's anti-conversion therapy law to remain in effect. And here's what I really like right here. Asked about concerns over the potential harm, Yiannopoulos dismissed those fears. No big deal, whatever. For those people to suggest that this kind of therapy is damaging to people's self-esteem, it's so preposterous, it's laughable. An estimated 20,000 LGBTQ minors in states without protections will be subjected to conversion therapy. Oh, look at this, Milo. Here's another one. In April 2018, national organizations representing millions of licensed medical and mental health care professionals, educators, and child welfare advocates declared their support for legislative protections against conversion therapy. Have they drank the cum Kool-Aid? Minors are especially vulnerable, and conversion therapy can lead to depression, anxiety, drug use, homelessness, and suicide. Conservatives also like to reference a 2003 study, which concluded that some people can change their sexual orientation, and this was based on surveys a certain doctor did. It was instantly condemned, and in 2012, the author of that study, the one study that pro-conversion therapy losers try and cite, and said that his methodology was fatally incorrect and that he owed the LGBT community an apology. Even recently, we all heard this story, right? Conversion Therapy Center founder who sought to turn LGBTQ Christians straight says he's gay, rejects the cycle of self-shame. And this conversion therapy center was shut down as well. So no, Milo, it's not that conversion therapy has a bad reputation, it's that conversion therapy is factually and objectively bad. And what Milo's doing here is, instead of confronting the fact that he's wrong, instead of confronting the fact that he's gay, he has self-hate issues, he's got to work that out with a licensed therapist his own way, instead of facing these facts, he's deciding to lie to himself and everyone else that the gay lobby has just changed all the facts. Every single organization, every single global consensus from psychiatrists everywhere, they're all consumed by the gay demon semen. So there you guys have it. Milo Yiannopoulos denying facts, denying science, so that he doesn't have to confront the fact that he's a self-hating gay guy. Please give this video a like and convert that like to a subscription. And hey, maybe even a comment. Ciao.